Hi and welcome to this video where I show you my coloring plans for April 2026. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Ina. If not, welcome back. I quickly move the books aside and then we get started with the pages I want to color in April. Since Easter is relatively early this year, I'll start right away with the Easter pages. And the first book is Abenteuer der Blütenelfen, translated to Adventures of the Blossom Fairies by Christel Vogel. In this book, I want to color the page titled In the Apple Tree. I'll probably begin with a small motif, the Easter Bunny and the Easter egg, so I can finish this in time for Easter. The main page with the bird's nest in the apple tree I can do later in the month. As always in this book, I'll make the frame the same way I've done it on the other pages. Because it's always the same frame. Otherwise, I haven't really decided which colors to use yet. Since these are apple blossoms, I'd probably make them pink. Just like the outfits of the fairies, as they are always inspired by the flowers on the page. Okay, that was Abenteuer der Blütenelfen by Christel Vogel. Next, I move on to the second Easter page, which is in Romantic Country, the Second Tale by Eerie. I received this book as a second-hand gift. One page in it is already colored, but otherwise it's like new. This page is actually a body color with Melly. We choose the only Easter page in this book. And this is my first page in this book and in general my first page in any Eerie book. And it's already very detailed. That wasn't really what I had planned. I had wanted to start with a simpler page. But now I'm jumping straight into a very detailed one. But a little challenge is also quite nice sometimes. Here too, I'm not entirely sure about the colors yet. I will probably start with obvious things, like the table, the chair, and this little tree, and color it in brown. And then gradually work out a color palette, piece by piece. Here are so many Easter eggs. I think I will color them in pastel shades. But perhaps I make them completely bright and colorful instead. We will see. This is Romantic Country, the Second Tale by Eerie. Then I will first continue with my project books. Actually, I wanted to color an Easter page in Seasons by Hannah Carlson. But as I said, Easter is very early this year. And I might not feel like doing Easter pages anymore after Easter. So now I'm doing a spring page in Seasons. In March, I worked on this page here. And my plan is to continue the background on the next page. The blossoms growing out of her hair, I want to color like magnolias. And in general, I want to use the same colors that I used on the other side. I will either use the blue of the water droplets in her outfit or in her headpiece. I'm not quite sure yet. And in the end, I hope it would look like a beautiful double page spread. That was Seasons by Hannah Carlson. Next, I continue with Ivy und der magische Schmetterling, or Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford. I'm coloring this book from front to back, and the next page is this one here, where Ivy looks out of the door. I think I will again use some of the colors that I used on the 2 double pages before. And then the question is what to do with these lanterns. Because according to the story, this is actually a daytime scene. But since a tunnel is connected to the door and a garden lies at the other end of the tunnel, I might make it a bit darker and use these lanterns as light sources. That way I can make the part behind Ivy bright and the outside a bit darker. I think that would look quite nice. This is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford. My third book, which has now developed into a project book, is Boule de Poire by Diane Dufort. In this book, I always color the page that fits the hashtag. And just like last month, the page has not been announced at the time I recorded the video. But I hope I can show it to you here. Next, let's move on to other hashtags I'm participating in. One of them is the fairy tale hashtag by Jordi Colors. And the fairy tale for this month is The Three Little Pigs. At first, I considered doing something simple and just coloring a page with some little pigs. Like, for example, the page in Kingdom of Curious Creatures by Kanoko Igusa. Where is it? This one here. But then I decided instead to color the double page spread in Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosanes. That works out quite well, since I want to color a double page spread each month. I'm still not sure what to do with all these circles in the fur. Are they supposed to be chart fur or matted fur? We'll see. Here too, I'll probably start with the obvious elements like the greenery, the path, and the wooden elements, and the pigs, and then see how the page develops. I need to take another look at Joanna Stone's color palette that she created for the fairy tale. Maybe I use those colors. Okay, that was Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby Rosanes. Then I usually take part in the Wild Year of Color hashtag by Finding Joy in Color. And the animal for April is a capybara. I double-checked in a few books, even though I was sure I didn't have a single page with a capybara in my books. And as expected, I didn't find any. Instead, there's a hashtag for the mythographic books. And this month, the book is Labyrinth, with a page with a snail. Given the number of mythographic books, I probably won't be able to participate in this hashtag again this year, since I only have this book. So I want to color this page with a snail. I think I make this snail shell grayish, so it looks like stone. And maybe the background a bit darker using these floating lamps as light sources. But I don't want to make the whole page too dark. I will see how I color the snail. Maybe I use classic colors, or I color it a bit wilder, since leaves and mushrooms growing out of the snail. Okay, this is Mythographic Labyrinth by Joseph Kettenbank. Finding Joy in Color has also a Disney hashtag. And when I flipped through one of my 2 Disney coloring books, just to see if there are a suitable page for the hashtag, I actually discovered a capybara from the movie Encanto. So I decided to color that page as well. And since the Disney hashtag includes Bambi as a prompt, I also color Bambi. That means I've already planned more pages than I originally wanted, but I hope I'll manage to finish them all anyway. Then Shelley from Shell's Coloring Corner chose the book Tal des Mondes or Moonlight Valley by Maria Trolle as her project book for this month. And in it, the page with the deer and the hot air balloon. For the first time, I actually have the same book that Shelley picked for the month. So I thought I'd join in with this specific hashtag as well. She also has a general one that runs all year long. I think I'll use very classic colors here. Then we have some daffodils and tulips and these small blue flowers. This book is, by the way, untouched, like the Eerie book, at least for me. That was Moonlight Valley by Maria Trolle. Another untouched book for me is Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosanes. In this book, I also have a second body color with Melinda. We decided to color the mountain troll. And if you look down here, it isn't a double page spread, but maybe I color the background so that it could become one. Otherwise, the colors here are again fairly straightforward. The only question is whether I make the sky blue or if I make a sunset or sunrise. I think it will look really nice when the waterfalls are colored in. Then they will stand out nicely through all the gray and greenery. Okay, that was Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosanes. And as the last book, I have In der Natur or Botanicum by Maria Trolle. In this book, I would like to color what I call the spring lady. There's a woman for each season in this book, and ideally, I would love to color them all this year in their respective seasons. This will also be the second Maria Trolle page with a deer this month. I've already checked the back of the book, and apart from the small blue flowers and the tulips, these are all different kinds of daffodils. This one here included. And I will color them accordingly. That means the blossoms will mostly be yellow, orange and white. The little ones, as I said, will be blue. And maybe I make the tulips in pink. Then her outfit could be light pink or perhaps blue. I think that would look quite nice. But besides the purple, the colors actually go really well with the ones on the other side. So maybe I make the outfit purple. Okay, that was the last page for April in Botanicum by Maria Trolle. Are you planning to color many Easter pages in April? Let me know in the comments, and also which pages you're thinking of. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye!